Hi everyone, welcome back to the Astrology channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Kaylin and today we're going to be looking at your August 2025 horoscope. This is a tropical Western astrological reading and you can watch your horoscope for your ascendant, sun and moon sign. However, if you've only got time to watch one horoscope today, then I would start off with your ascendant sign, which is also known as your rising sign. If you're wanting to see more astrological content and updates from me, please feel free to check out my Instagram and Facebook accounts. It's the same handle, which is Astrology. Without further ado though, let's get into your August horoscope. Hi Scorpio Sun, Moon and Risings, welcome to your August 2025 horoscope. Let's begin by looking at career and business for you. In astrology, our 10th house is associated with our career, our public reputation, and essentially the highest level of responsibilities that we can hope to attain, or even service and duty, right? So for you, your 10th house is super activated in the month of August, and that is because Mercury will be in Leo in your 10th house for the whole month. And Mercury is actually retrograde up until the 11th of August. So what that means is you may actually be rethinking your career. Am I happy in this job? Am I happy in this industry? Would I prefer to be in another industry or be self-employed? So a number of these different questions could be coming up for you anywhere really between about mid-July through till, I want to say mid-August, even end of August, because there will still be a post-shadow period. So ultimately, there could even be an old work opportunity or idea that you once had, which basically comes up to the surface for you in those first few days of the month. Maybe even on the 1st of August, when we've got the Sun Mercury conjunction occurring at 9 degrees in Leo, there could be a brain wave or a sudden aha moment that comes through for you. With it being Leo season for the first basically 3 weeks of the month, again, we've got the Sun sailing through your 10th house of career and public reputation. So I have no doubt that many Scorpios, especially Scorpio risings and Scorpio suns, will be quite focused on what does my reputation say about me? What does the industry that I'm in say about me and my values? Am I in the right job? Is this in alignment? And the whole Mercury retrograde story for you could be leading you to realize that certain things are no longer in alignment, or that you actually have clarity on what to do going forwards in a professional sense. Now, the first half of the month, Saturn and Neptune will be as close as possible to making a conjunction in Aries in your 6th house. So they'll form their actual conjunction in February 2026. But the reason why I'm bringing this up now is because the 6th house in astrology rules over our day-to-day work. So this is like the daily grind, the processes, the systems, and the actual work that we're doing. Okay, so having Saturn and Neptune here in your 6th house and both sextiling Uranus in Gemini in your 8th house and sextiling Pluto in Aquarius, which is in your 4th house, could lead you to having this impulse or this urge to work on a project for your career or some kind of initiative that could span many months or even years. Okay, so definitely pay attention to whatever is coming up for you around the month, well, during the month of August, but in particular, I want to highlight some dates for you. So that would be around the 12th of August, when Saturn in Aries will sextile Uranus in Gemini, and then around the 28th, 29th of August, when Neptune will sextile Uranus in Gemini. Okay, so in any case, your 6th house is very activated for pretty much the whole month. Lastly, what I want to say about career and business for you is actually a couple of points here. One, Mars is your chart ruler and it rules over your 6th house, and it is transiting your 7th house from the 7th of August through till the 21st of September. Now, the 12th house rules over hidden enemies in astrology, and because Mars is your chart ruler, to me, if there was anyone, and of course this isn't going to apply to everybody watching, but if there is someone who is working against you, who's trying to sabotage you in terms of your career, now this could be a co-worker or a disgruntled client or former employer, then I do think you'll find out about it during this period of time. And even if it's like a friend who you're finding out isn't actually happy for you and the work that you're doing, or they're just like doubting you, or there's some kind of negativity in their energy about the work that you're doing, then again, I repeat, I think that you will discover if there is anything nefarious going on. In terms of when, I would say most likely between about the 7th and the 12th of August, because Mars will be opposing Saturn and Neptune quite closely during that period of time. Okay, so actually one more thing. On the 23rd of August, there'll be a new moon in Virgo in your 11th house. So this could indicate you realizing that there's a new long-term project that you want to get stuck into. So there could be something exciting coming up around the 23rd of August, plus or minus a week or two. So now let's have a look at finances and property for you. The 11th house in astrology is one of the money houses, as is the 2nd house and the 8th house. So we've actually got double new moons in Virgo occurring, one in August on the 23rd, and then a new moon solar eclipse in September on the 21st or 22nd, depending where you live in the world. So this can indicate that you are becoming very focused on your long-term financial prospects. So not only do we have a new moon in the 11th house, we also have the sun transiting your 11th house for about 4 weeks from the 22nd/23rd of August. So this could indicate, with the new moon squaring Uranus in Gemini, that there may be cause for you to suddenly or abruptly sell off an investment, or perhaps to invest in something which comes up very quickly, where maybe you don't have that much time to research, and it's just an opportunity that lands in your lap, and it's like, okay, I either want to capitalize on this or not, and you may have to rely on making a bit of a gut impulse decision here. So the 11th house is also responsible or associated for people investing in us / lump sums of money. So this could indicate that you may be making an application for a government grant, applying for damages or some form of pension, or perhaps you are putting plans in place or just doing some research about retirement or making adjustments to your superannuation fund. That's what they call it in Australia. I'm not sure what it's called in other parts of the world, so I'll just park that there with you for now. And given that we've got Saturn and Neptune in Aries, almost conjunct in your 6th house, and making some positive sextiles here, there may be a lucrative opportunity for you that involves real estate, construction or development, or potentially combining resources with another person, i.e. going into a joint business venture or joint investment with another person. When it comes to property, you are going to have a full moon in Aquarius on the 9th of August in your 4th house. So this could lead to having to unexpectedly relocate, to move out, to have someone move in with you, to have someone move out of your place. Okay, so this particular full moon does have some spicy aspects going along with it, such as Mars opposing Saturn and Neptune. So on a different note though, maybe some of you will be looking at applying for a loan or combining resources with another person in order to buy a property together or rent a property together. So I'm basing that on the Saturn-Neptune almost conjunction in Aries in your 6th house, which is making some positive aspects. So not too much to say on the property front, but again, I park that with you, and now let's move on and have a look at family life and home life. So the full moon in Aquarius is occurring at the bottom of your chart in your 4th house, which rules over your family situation, not just your property situation. So this full moon could lead to there being some kind of revelation occurring in the way of sorry, that's my study desk chair, in the way of confidential information. So maybe you are discovering certain things about your family. Maybe people are revealing things to you about your family member, or this conversation could be coming from a family member. To be fair, there could be some explosive conversations that do take place with you and a family member, or you and someone that you live with, even if that's like a flatmate or a friend. So on a different note, there could be an unexpected discovery of you being pregnant, or someone in your family being pregnant. Okay, on a different level, with Mars in your 12th house opposing Saturn in Aries in your 6th house at the time of the full moon, you may be setting important boundaries with a family member. Okay, so lastly, when it comes to family and home life, you're going to have Venus transiting Leo in your 10th house from the 25th or 26th of August onwards till the 18th of September. Okay, so Venus will be making some positive aspects here. There'll be a trine to Saturn, there'll be a sextile to Uranus. To be fair, there will be an opposition to Pluto in Aquarius in your 4th house, so there may be some healing conversations that take place, but I don't think that these would be easy conversations to have. Like with the Venus-Pluto opposition, maybe you're just navigating some very difficult conversational terrain and having to bury the hatchet or put long-standing issues aside. So even though the Venus-Pluto opposition is super duper tense, Venus is still making these positive, harmonious aspects, which can lend itself to healing and forgiveness, and finally an opportunity to move on within a family relationship that has been causing you a lot of emotional unrest, let's say. Now, on a different note, Jupiter will be in Cancer, trining you for the whole month. Okay, so it'll transit 11 through till 17 degrees. So if you're a Scorpio rising sun or moon between 11 and 17 degrees, then you will benefit from the trine. And actually we've got a Venus-Jupiter conjunction in Cancer taking place in your 9th house on the 12th of August. So this can see some of you actually conceiving, getting pregnant around this time. But on a different note, the 9th house is all about seeing your vision for your future, but it also rules over things like counselors. So you may experience healing or forgiveness, or receive an important message, or just something that makes you see a situation quite differently. And this could come from a counselor, or perhaps a spiritual advisor, a religious figure, or even like a teacher or someone that you trust who's somewhat of a mentor to you. And I do think that around the 12th of August, you could receive almost like a sign from the universe, or just have this intuitive nudge or feeling that it's time to, I guess, embrace a different dynamic when it comes to family. Why I'm saying this is because we've got Venus and Jupiter in Cancer. Cancer is the sign of family, and also it's occurring at 14 degrees, and 14 degrees is the fixed star Sirius. So this is associated with the highest possible level of compassion, forgiveness, and unconditional love. So I really do think that a beautiful blessing or even a miracle is possible when it comes to your family situation. So now let's have a look at love and relationships. Same deal. I do want to focus on the Venus-Jupiter conjunction on the 12th of August in your 9th house. So Venus rules over love and relationships, and it also rules over your 7th house. And the 7th house represents our marriage or our long-term relationship. And then Jupiter is the greater benefic in astrology, which bestows blessings and miracles and so on and so forth. So with the Venus-Jupiter conjunction occurring in the 9th house, for some of you, this could indicate that there may be a marriage proposal on the cards. Maybe you're getting proposed to, or you're doing the proposing. Maybe you are getting married around this time. For others of you, maybe you are finding love with a foreigner, or while you are traveling, or this could be someone that you study with, or that, you know, is in the same like spiritual group or community, or even religious community as you. On a different note, this person could be in the legal profession or industry, a teacher, or someone who's just very, very spiritual in nature. So Jupiter trining you as a Scorpio rising sun or moon is one of the highest level indicators for positive developments coming through in your love and I want to say love life and relationships. So this transit will last for 12 months, from the 10th of June 2025 through till the 30th of June in 2026. Now, at the end of the month, we've got Venus entering the sign of Leo. So that'll be on the 25th or 26th of August, depending where you live in the world. I repeat, Venus rules over your 7th house, which represents your long-term relationships, marriage, spouse, etc. So ruler of the 7th house going in the 10th house can indicate that there are maybe important developments that are occurring within your love life. So you could be making your relationship official. You could be putting it out there. So even if you've been dating someone on the down low for a while, maybe you're making it public that you are a couple, or making it official. In any case, having Venus transit your 10th house can see you coming off as more attractive, more charming, more magnetic, and more approachable. So if you were considering putting yourself out there, even in the online world, then that would be a good time to do so. So I repeat, from about the 25th of August onwards through till even the 18th of September, because that's how long the transit will last. And also, if you are already open to meeting someone new, then when Venus transits your 10th house, it really is a good idea to be out and about, whether this is at social events, parties, like not being a hermit, essentially is what I'm trying to say here. And at the end of the month, Venus is going to be trining Saturn, trining Neptune, sextiling Uranus, and then opposing Pluto as well. So a lot could be happening, especially between about the 25th and the 28th of August. Feel free to drop me a comment in the comment section below if you have anything to report on your love life, although, Scorpios are of course renowned for being quite private. So anyway, just looking at other things that may be relevant to you. We're going to have Jupiter transiting your 9th house, as I said, for the next 11 months. But if you're a Scorpio between 11 and 17 degrees, there may be themes of travel, education, or perhaps even legal matters that are coming up during the month of August. And also, because Mars is your chart ruler and it will be in your 12th house for about 7 or 8 weeks, from the 7th of August through till the 21st of September, this can indicate that your vitality levels may be on the slightly lower side. Okay, so you are a little bit more vulnerable here to being under the weather or burning the candle at both ends, because the 12th house, having your chart ruler in the 12th house can just make you a bit more sensitive, but it can also make you more sensitive in an intuitive sense. So it actually is a great time for you to focus on things like shadow work, journaling, yoga, meditation, maybe spiritual retreats, and also it's a great time to focus on spiritual purification and hygiene and working on improving your intuition. So you may have some incredible intuitive downloads over the course of that 7 to 8 week period. So Scorpio, that's all I have for you for August. If you enjoyed this horoscope, please do me a favor and give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more content on this channel, hit the subscribe button. And of course, if you're wanting to get more updates from me in between these horoscope videos, you can actually follow me on Instagram and Facebook. It's the same handle, which is KAstrology. Enjoy your month ahead, Scorpio, and I will see you guys in September.